What's going on, guys? Aero here, and guys, after 2 months of knowing that Pokemon Ultra Sun and Pokemon Ultra Moon are going to be our next new main series Pokemon games, we finally have some official information to talk about. Now, this actually all started off with some CoroCoro leaks, and as you all know, CoroCoro is a magazine that comes out in Japan, which gives us a lot of inside information about Pokemon. Now, while the official magazine hasn't leaked yet, we've actually gotten the leak for the cover of the magazine. And now people were talking about how there isn't really any Pokemon content if you guys look on the cover of the magazine, and I'll have it on screen for you guys so you guys can see. Like, if you look, you can't really see any type of Pokemon content, and so I know a lot of people were saying that this isn't a good sign, because usually whenever CoroCoro is full of Pokemon news, there's usually some type of Pokemon content that's on the cover of CoroCoro. I mean, it doesn't have to be like an entire section of the cover, but there usually has to be a little place where there's some type of like Pokemon pictures and stuff on the cover, and the fact that this month's edition didn't have any type of Pokemon content, that's what led a lot of people to think that we might not be getting any type of Pokemon information in CoroCoro this month. But after people started looking really into this cover, they actually were able to find that this little image, I'm going to zoom in right now so you guys can see, looks a lot like Lycanroc. Now, we weren't able to say fully because obviously the cover art that came out that was leaked is still a little bit blurry, and so it's not like really clear for us to see if it's Lycanroc, and so that's what led a lot of people to think that, okay, maybe we might actually have some type of Pokemon information within CoroCoro, but that's the only information that we've gotten from CoroCoro so far, that it looks like there's something about Lycanroc that's going to be inside of CoroCoro. Now, what happened afterward was pretty cool because we actually got an announcement that there was going to be some Pokemon Ultra Moon and Ultra Sun, I don't know why I said it like that, footage that's going to be shown off at Pokenshi. Now, if you don't know about Pokenshi, it's like a little show that happens in Japan. It's like a little Pokemon fan show. It's pretty cool, and they were actually showing some cool stuff, and they talked about how one of the game's producers or directors, sorry, I'm not really sure, Mr. Omori is going to be coming on the show, and I think Mr. Omori directed Pokemon Sun and Moon. I'm not really sure what he's doing for Ultra Sun and Moon. I'm not sure like what his role is, but they were talking about how he's going to be coming on the show and going to be debuting something new about Pokemon Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon. So this is when people started getting really hyped. It felt like last year again. If you remember last year, a lot of people were like hyping up a Pokenshi stream to talk about like Pokemon Sun and Moon content, and then unfortunately it was just like a rerun of the announcement trailer that happened before. So a lot of people were hoping that we might actually get some full content about Pokemon Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon this time. And finally, it did happen. We actually got a brand new Lycanroc form that was revealed, and so I'll put it up on screen for you guys. It looks pretty cool to me. I know some people were complaining about this on Twitter. They were talking about how it doesn't really look that new, and it looks pretty much just like the midday form that's colored orange with like a few more like spikes and stuff. But either way, I still think that this is cool. You guys got to keep in mind that Pokemon Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon aren't brand new games. There's not going to be like a whole new generation of Pokemon or so for them to make like a lot of changes. So I still think it's cool how we're getting a new form, and this is actually going to be called the Dusk form Lycanroc on the west side here. I think it's called Twilight form in like Europe and those places. But yeah, so it looks pretty cool. It's like an orange Lycanroc. We actually haven't gotten like any official information about this yet. Like, I was trying to see if any information has come out for it. I think the only thing that we know right now is that it's going to be called Dusk Lycanroc, and so they showed off some stuff on the stream about this as well. They showed off a little bit of like the Lycanroc in game, so I'll show that on screen for you guys, and I'll also show, I think they showed like Ash's Rockruff evolving into Lycanroc as well, so I'll put that up on screen for you guys. You guys can see it looks pretty cool. And yeah, this Pokemon looks like it's going to be a pretty cool Pokemon, and the reason that I'm saying that is because it looks like it's a combination of the night form of Lycanroc and then the midday form of Lycanroc as well, and so I think it's going to be cool to have a combination of both. I know some people were talking about how it would be cool if it got its own signature move, like I think you know, one of the Lycanrocs gets Counter and the other one gets Excel Rock, so I think it would be really cool if this one could learn both of them, and if it's like in the middle with them, like with power and speed and all that, so like the stats are pretty balanced as well. I think that would be pretty cool. And something else that I know someone pointed out on Twitter, I saw a little bit about this, is that if you guys take a look at this Lycanroc form, it looks a lot like the Pokemon Ultra Sun logo. If you think about it, like, look, we've got the orange colors here, and then like the black spikes on it kind of makes sense with like the black spikes that are on the Sun logo as well. So this leads a lot of people to think that maybe there's like another form of Lycanroc that's going to be in Pokemon Ultra Moon. So that'd be cool. Like if it's Dusk form in Pokemon Ultra Sun, then what if it's going to be like a Dawn form in Pokemon Ultra Moon. That would be pretty cool as well. Or maybe a lot of people were speculating that this could be like the Lycanroc is going to be for Pokemon Ultra Sun, and then you know how in like that original teaser trailer it was shown off that we were going to be getting something for Mimikyu as well, because a lot of people were speculating that Lycanroc was going to be getting something because of like that original teaser trailer where it showed like Lycanroc jumping up into the air, and since it also showed Mimikyu, a lot of people were thinking maybe something's going to happen to Mimikyu as well, and that might be in Ultra Moon, so that might make sense to me. But what's really interesting for me is that when we talked a little bit about the CoroCoro leak and like how on the cover it shows Lycanroc, that picture of Lycanroc is different than the brand new form that was shown off, because obviously you would think like, alright, they're probably just going to talk about this form in CoroCoro, and they didn't want that form to leak ahead of time without not giving like a proper introduction and release, so that's why they talked about the form right now, and that's probably the form that's going to be within CoroCoro. But if you look at the cover, that's like the midnight form that's on there. It's like the red one. It might be a little bit different. I think it could be like this Dusk form here, but it's like altered a little bit so that it's like a special one for Ultra Moon, but I still think that it's a little bit different than the original midnight form that's in Pokemon Moon. But I thought it was just weird how they showed off this form for like the Pokenchi stream, but we didn't actually get that form on CoroCoro. So I think that there could actually be some extra information that's hidden inside of CoroCoro. And so obviously if new information comes out from CoroCoro, and if we get more information about this Pokemon, I'm definitely going to be covering it, and I'll make a video about that with you guys. But right now I think that this Pokemon looks pretty cool. I'm also going to read really fast what it says on the official website for this. So it just says, it's been confirmed that a new form of Lycanroc appears in the world of Pokemon Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon, the Dusk form. The colors of Dusk form on Lycanroc's bodies and eyes differ from those of the previously discovered Lycanroc, Midday form, and Midnight form. You can't get Dusk form Lycanroc on your team by ordinary methods, such as discovering this mysterious Pokemon in the wild. So check back soon for news on how you can get the Dusk form Lycanroc, along with more details on the upcoming Pokemon Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon games. So it talks a little bit about how you're not going to be able to get this form just by battling Lycanroc, because as you all know, in Sun and Moon you could just run around in like grass and stuff, and usually you were able to find Lycanroc. So I guess you're not going to be able to do that in Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon, and I don't know what the actual way of evolving this Pokemon could be. I know a lot of people are thinking that it's probably just going to be evolving it at like dusk time, like if you time it perfectly. And the reason for this is if you look at the scene where it shows Ash's Rockruff evolving into Lycanroc, you can see that it's like the middle of the sun and like the middle of night. It's like the sunrise or sunset when the Lycanroc is being formed, like when the Rockruff is evolving. So that leads me to think that it's probably going to be something like that, where you're just going to have to time it right, and like right when it's sunrise or sunset, there's going to be like a specific time gap where you have to level up your Lycanroc between then, and then it evolves like that. Or since it's called Dusk Lycanroc, maybe you just have to use a Dusk Stone or something. I still think it's going to have a pretty cool way of evolving it. And so yeah, I'm pretty excited for this, guys. I think it's just cool that we finally got some information. I know we still don't know much about the story about Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon. We just know that this is a new form that's going to be in the game, but I still think that that's a good sign. If this means that more Pokemon from Gen 7 are going to be getting new forms in Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon, that's totally fine. I think that that's going to be awesome. I can't wait to see those. So definitely let me know what you guys think of this. And actually, I asked people on Twitter what they thought about this new Lycanroc form as well. And so this is going to be like a new thing that I'm going to start to do with some of my videos. I think that this is really cool. I'm just going to call this Twitter Thoughts, and I think that this is going to be awesome. So basically what I'll do is on Twitter, I'll ask you guys like what are your thoughts on some of this stuff that comes out, and then whatever you guys respond, we'll talk a little bit about them in this video. And I know I asked this a little last minute on my Twitter, so I don't really have that many followers, but let's see if anybody responded here. So I asked like what you guys think of this new Lycanroc form, and it looks like we only have one person who responded here, but that's totally fine. We got Brian Sanchez, who says, I think it's a little lazy, but I hope it gets something special. Abilities or signature move, I don't know, but something. And yeah, dude, I totally agree with you. I think that a lot of people were complaining about just how it looks really similar to the other Lycanroc form, and it just looks like they've added like a few spikes and changed up colors and stuff. But I still think that it's pretty cool how we're getting a new form of Lycanroc. I just hope we're getting more forms of other Pokemon in the future, and I definitely agree with you. I hope there's there's something special about this Pokemon, maybe like an awesome move that it gets, or like a signature ability that this Pokemon has, or at least some sort of way of making this Pokemon different than the other Lycanroc, and maybe it could have like a signature type or something as well. I just think it would be cool to see something that that separates them between the other Lycanroc. So I definitely agree with you, dude. I think that we should get something about this, and I think that we're probably gonna get something about Lycanroc in this new Dusk form within CoroCoro. Like I said, CoroCoro hasn't officially come out yet, so like once the leak comes out for all the stuff that's on the Pokemon page, we're probably gonna get some information about Lycanroc and like moves and stuff. So I can't wait to see that. And so there you go, guys. That's all of the information that we've gotten so far on Pokemon Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon. Now we know that there's gonna be a brand new form of Lycanroc that's gonna be in this game. So that looks really cool. I can't wait to try that out in the games, as well as see all the other information that we still have to learn about Pokemon Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon. If you guys enjoyed this video, please be sure to click that like button, and also comment down below on what you guys think of this new Lycanroc form as well. Are you guys into it? Do you guys not like it? Definitely let me know all of your thoughts down below. Go follow me on Twitter at @Aero if you ever want to tweet me something or ask me something. And now you guys know I'm also going to be asking for your thoughts on like new information as well. So if you want to have a chance to be featured in my future videos, definitely go and follow me on Twitter so you guys can ask, so you guys can respond with some of your thoughts on the news and possibly get a chance to be in my videos. If you're new to this channel and haven't subscribed yet, please be sure to subscribe. I've got a lot of cool Pokemon content that's going to be coming in the future, so be sure to subscribe so you don't miss out on that. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Thank you so much for watching.